be the next president of the United States. Let's deal with this. First of all, let's go back into it. Soon as when Donald Trump in 2016 election, when he announced for a presidency, a lot of people that jumped in and mentioned that, oh, Donald Trump is like the Cyrus, you know, he is, although he's not strong believer, people talked about his belief systems and he's Presbyterian and what denomination is, like getting really depths into who Donald Trump is and what his stance and what his policy is going to be look like, how he's going to run the country. That was the biggest question in everybody's mind. And the shocking truth and the shocking news was like Donald Trump, for years he supported Democrats. He had a good relationship with Clintons. He had good relationship with all the leftists. And how he is going to, with that ideology, born and raised New York, liberal city, right? Top of a number one liberal city in America. How he's going to run the country, because that question was raised in so many churches, so many believers gatherings and communities, and then when people see that he waved the Bible, proclaimed that I'm Christian, I'm running on the right side, the Republican Party, then there was some people still had the doubt, but then people who believed and they began to pray for him, because we were in an era where country was divided predominantly with race. uh, you know Country was divided because of, now the black president was, the black male was the president, and now the white male is fighting against him and also attacking him. And Obama's main words and everything, his campaign, I'm not speaking against the president, but what I'm saying that was against that he's the white and that he's kicking the black person out. Snoop Dogg quoted that. Um, it's not the first time you kick black people out of the house. That's what he said. Quoted Snoop Dogg. I think he was on the show and was joking around. Trump was sitting there. But I want you to, as a believer, as the people of God, I want you to, those who voted for him, look at it in the 4 period of time, his presidency, what things went wrong and what things went good. And when you have these things together, when you have the right data together, because you got to understand that Trump was the most hated person in the world or the most loved person in the world, because totally he was um he was divided. He was totally, like, people was not in the middle, but was totally divided against either you love him or hate him. And also there is so many relationship broken over his presidency, because people mentioned and simply said that, oh, is he going to be the president? Is he going to be the, if he's the president, then why would he say that? Or why would he stand with the Ku Klux Klan? Why is a KKK party? And so many things. These are very, very sensitive topics, what I'm saying. These things were said against him. He was called the bigot, the racist, the hater, the whoremonger. You name the things, you name it. So many name was named him. But end of the day, you got to see what was his foreign policy, economically policy, healthcare policy, and how overall that he was going to be the better president to uh, make things better for America, because America was losing their reputation around the world. Americans and America was losing their reputation around the world, and people didn't respect it, America, very much. China was the biggest deal, was around the world, and other countries, Japan, South Korea, and American products were not very welcomed around the world. And when I moved to the United States, the greatest country on the planet of the earth, I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for the people here, whether Democrats or Republicans. I believe totally these together build up the great country, because there's some Republican presidents and there's some Democrat president done good stuff. But what do we need to, like, kept America balanced? I cannot declare today America is theocracy, and I cannot declare America is totally secular country. There's red states and there's blue states, and that's how America is set up. People, when they come to America, it's not like America's pushed them going to go straight to the church. You're coming to the church. No, you're coming to the country that over 350 million people lives in this country. Everyone have different opinions, belief systems, how they operate in daily lives, and everybody move differently. And how this prophetic word and prophecy is come to, is Donald Trump is going to be the next president of the United States, is falls into, look at it, so many people prophesied, and Donald Trump became the president of the United States. No, I want to say that his policy, I personally liked his policy. I want to say it. But a lot of people like Ben Shapiro, like people, he said like, hey, the HBO, what's the guy name? I can't even remember his name. Uh, he went on his shows. He had a like a very sharp debate with him, and and then he said that although I love Trump policy, his policy for Israel, his policy overseas, but I share his character, because around the same time, do I like his character? Do I endorse the things that he done in past? I do not, absolutely, because he mentioned that, Ben Shapiro, and I think that was very smart move that he mentioned on Piers Morgan's show as well. That people who attacked him with the critical race theory, all that stuff, then it's like it was totally different. But do I like his policy? That's the biggest part. And yes, I do like the Trump's policy. I do like he stands for all the stuff, like especially I'm going to name a couple of things: that no abortions, and also he's not endorsing, and he's a pro-life president. He is a conservative, giving voice back to the people, taking power away from the government and giving it to the people, because it's a republic, and that's how it should be run, because power is truly power among the people. Strengthening the military, strengthening over law enforcement system, putting more money into Americans' pocket, and then also working on healthcare. I mean, during under his presidency, American stock market, listen, skyrocketed. Tesla went up, even, and then also his policy about, creating more jobs, uh, was good. I like that ideology, with the oil and energy companies working right alongside, and also pushing American products to be distributed all over the world. And I don't know very much of like endorse the arm deals making with Saudi Arabia's and all other countries. I don't know much about it, but I would probably not stay away from it. But and again, selling over defense systems to other countries, and there's many other products can be sold, but I'm not sure about that. But what I'm sure about, like, building good cars, and also the Mexico shipping the Ford cars over, and then there's a so much paying at the borders, all this stuff. His negotiating deals, I think, was phenomenal. But again, I want to leave into the hands of people. If do you want the Trump to be president, then it's going to be depending on your prayers, not on somebody's prophecy. Not it's going to be on somebody's like saying, oh, God spoke to me that Donald Trump is going to be the next president of America. You got to rely on God. You got to look to God, not on somebody's word, like prophets prophesying Trump is going to be the next president of America, this and that. But you got to really rely on what the Holy Spirit speaking to you. You are personally is going to be held accountable for your words. There is, I know, I don't want to name the prophets, but prophesied and then they went back, and then they miss God. I don't know, but I really want to speak on that, like trusting God and also believing God that He got your future right at the palm of His hands. So you don't have to look to people or for people. What are they saying, or what are they predicting? What are they going to be recommending for you to do? But really, whoever you want to see in the White House, that's what you pray towards. That's where you put your word to. I'm not saying that you do this or that, but what I'm saying that you pray, you evaluate what the Holy Spirit leading you to do, because this is the most important time of our history. The time, in the universe, this is a very crucial time, ladies and gentlemen. You can't just let it go by and just say kumbaya and roll over. But I'm telling you, these are very important times that we are living in. I know my hands are going all over the place because I talk with my hands. Sorry about that. But listen, you want to make sure you do what God is telling you to do, what God is speaking to you, and what you're personally called to do. Because I truly believe that Holy Spirit will speak to you to do the right thing. Because the Bible also talks about no authority is given to any man except from God. You know, the authorities, the power is given by God. That's truly, truly in my heart. I believe it. There is no way around it. Power, authority, governance, wisdom, poverty, riches, wealth, all come from God. God is in control. He got it covered. There is nothing tomorrow that is coming that is going to take him by surprise. He got it all. And he has best for you in the future. That's what I want to say. He has the best for you in the future. There is great prophets that I occasionally listen to them. And I don't want to name names for the sake of people that they feel like, hey, this guy is calling out names. No, I'm not going to do that. Excuse me. But I am truly going to say what I feel in my heart. And this topic, I don't want people to getting upset about that. I'm prophesying that Donald Trump is going to be the next president of the United States. What I'm saying, that let God do His job, and trust in God's unfailing love. Trust God and leave the rest on Him. He has the best for you and your family. You don't have to worry about tomorrow. Even no matter who is in the White House, if God has a plan for your life, to plan to prosper you and give you hope and future, according to Jeremiah 29, then He's going to do it. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to fuss about it. You don't have to go about, trying to make it your own stuff, but really trusting God because He got you covered. Do you believe that? If you believe, then please share this video, like this video. If you can, comment right below a prayer. And please, haters, I don't want you to be hating on and fighting about. Please, if you want to say something nice, say it. Otherwise, don't be against it or fighting over or saying stuff that is not true. Because I see there is some people that who comes on this broadcast, who under the videos they say some of the nastiest stuff I never heard. And again, listen, some of the bad stuff I never heard, I should say that. But again, I don't have any problem with anybody. I just, what I felt in my heart, I wanted to come on, make this video, and publish it on the YouTube page. So this video is going to be published on um, Adnan Maqsood live. Say Adnan Maqsood Lives. Before you leave, make sure you subscribe, share, comment below. Have a beautiful night.